people. That's a great, good people. What else? Someone, raise your hand. Over here. Anybody? Here we go. Lots of green space. What else?
Really lots of growing space.
Lot of growing space. All right. Who else? Yes, sir.
The beautiful nature.
Beautiful nature. What about back here?
Talented people.
It's peaceful.
Peaceful, talented people.
We got we have great schools.
Great schools. What else? Anyone else?
Lots of history.
Lots of history. What else makes this a great place? Sets it apart from every other place.
All the education they get here, we screwed up by sending them out of the county as we graduate.
Okay, so maybe you need to keep people here. All right. What else makes this place special? Home. All right. Yes, sir.
Listen carefully to what I say, but we are poor, and we are, because of our economic problems, could very well be the object of an awful lot of generosity if you come up with the right plan.
Okay. Did you catch that, Bobby?
Well, the first answer was already taking the people, but the only other thing I could add to it is I think we have some of the best, hardest workers in the state, but we don't get credit for it because they go out of county to get work. You know, a lot of London's citizens are ex-Clay Countyans who went there to live and work. So I think we got some of the hardest workers.
Okay. Anyone else? And make sure we get everybody. Everybody has a chance. Yes, sir.
We also are a blank, very much a blank slate with a common purpose.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, these are the things that make the community unique. But I want you to talk with your table mates, and I want you to come up with two things that are the strengths of this community. What are the strengths? Not the negatives, not the threats. What are the strengths of the community? They may be some of the same things that you just said, but this is a different set of qualities that I'm looking for. I'm not looking for what makes the community unique. I'm looking at what makes the community strong. What are the strengths of this community? So talk at the table for just a second. Mayor Saylor, kick us off here.
I've already mentioned it, but it's our park system is definitely one of our strengths.
Take just a couple of seconds. Y'all got it. Y'all are on it.
We're all strong here. Our police department, and that it's a safe
Safe community. Yes.
I think one of our strengths is that if something happens in our community, a disaster or something, that it affects everybody, and that we just drop everything and we'll help those people. We become a community, a whole. Yeah, come together.
Well, I'm not sure how to word it, but you compare Manchester to other cities. There's homeless, and here in Manchester we don't have homeless people because even the most, to be blunt, drugged out druggie will always have somewhere to lay his head, and that's something that we should be proud about because you always have somewhere to call home in Manchester.
Thank you. I'm going to switch out lines, so just give me a second. Just a second. Yes, sir.
It may not be the most prevalent thing in our immediate present time,
But out of our school system here, of course, I'm in the school system, all of you may not read all the reports that come out, but just as an example, out of every school in this county came up, to the lack of one, like a little, up to these new standards for a K grade. Manchester Elementary, out of 730 schools in this state, was number 57. Agner was 65. That's a phenomenal increase on what we're doing. Of course, with all these big raises we've been getting over here in our school system the last 5 or 6 years, I think any teacher needs to be appreciated even more, because it's not today what may help me, it's what may help my grandchildren in the future with a good education, so that we can have not liability here, but some solid assets.
All right. Good job. Who else? Someone else with the strength of the community. The new diet plan for Tad. Take the microphone to him.
One of our strengths is education more with the high school. Our guidance counselors are doing the absolute best that they can right now to help us get to college, whether it be vocational, 2-year plans, or 4-year. And I think we really have one of the best educational systems around, because they try so hard to help us to get where we're going. And the second thing is we have lots of social events, whether it be benefits like relay or getting physical like the 5Ks, but we always get together at least once a month.
Great. Thank you. Anyone else here at this table? Another strength.
We have a very passionate people. You know, they're passionate about their neighbors, their sports, their church, their friends. We're just passionate.
First of all, I appreciate the kind words about the school system. You know, we're not satisfied until we're the very, very best that we can be. And so we're not going to give up until every kid graduates from high school, college, and career ready. We're not going to do that until there's one that doesn't, and we're still going to keep pushing and pushing. But I think one of the strengths of our people, they're caring, they're passionate, but I think one of our best strengths as a people is that we're determined. You don't want to bet against us. Do not want to bet against us. If something can't be done, or if you want something done, tell us it can't be done, and we'll prove you wrong every time. That's what I think. Am I right? We're determined.
I really appreciate you telling me that. Now I know how to write this plan. Thank you. Anyone else? The weaknesses within this community. Bobby? Hey, you want to run around for a while?
All right, make a list at your table of weaknesses, things that you think maybe are either detriments to the communities or things that give you opportunity for improvement. What are some of those things? All right.
We can always use more employment here for the
Jobs, good. Who else? What about this table? More employment, okay. What about this table? The absence of a downtown area where people can walk, socialize. Gathering place, urban appeal, beautification downtown. There's a lack of development in the downtown area. That's where people can walk to and socialize, and the curb appeal has always been very good. See, of course, so I think that's great. Okay, anyone else here? Yes. Drugs. Drugs is a weakness. Anyone else? Drugs. And do you not have enough drugstores? Oh, you got too many. You're not talking about a pharmacy.
Yes.
A Lots of drugstores, too many of them, okay. No restaurants. Okay, yes.
I would say underutilized resources. We have a lot of, we're no different from Pigeon Forge. If you go to Pigeon Forge, it's like Manchester. The only difference is they got more stuff. So how did they end up becoming Pigeon Forge, and why are we still where we're at? And, you know, we could do simple things like at the Bertine Combs Lake, maybe add beach sand, do things to make that more appealing. We did a lot with the RV park, which looks really nice. But I like us to do more things with our natural wilderness to give people stuff to do. I work at the Best Western in Manchester, and we have a lot of people coming out of town. They ask me, what is there to do here? And I don't know what to tell them. I don't even have any pamphlets or nothing. The only thing I know to tell them is we got the Rock in Manchester they can take a look at. You know, it has a few descriptions. And a lot of these people that are from out of town, they don't have four-wheelers with them. They don't have dirt bikes and all this other stuff. So even if I do tell them a trail that they can go on, they don't have nothing to ride it with because it's not provided. You know, we may have rivers and streams, but there's no canoes for them to get into. You know, because they don't bring it with them. They're waiting for fun that's accessible as soon as they get here, and we don't have that.
Anyone else here? Weaknesses? Anything else from this table? All right, back here, what have you guys come up with? Anybody? Who's going to speak? Here you go.
There isn't enough careers.
Not enough careers? Good.
We don't have enough volunteer work. Like, people don't volunteer as much as other counties.
Did you hear that?
Not enough volunteer work or volunteers.
Volunteers. Not enough volunteers for the work. Anything else? Back here. Okay, this table. Weaknesses? Poverty. Anybody else? I got here. All right. What about here, everybody?
We've all been labeled as crooks by our most recent, I guess, scandals that have sent most of our officials to jail or whatever. Everybody thinks Clay County is a drug dealer and crooks. Everybody.
Comments here?
Those dangerous stereotypes are difficult to combat.
Nothing for the young people to do, you know, whatsoever, so.
Did you have anything else to add? What about this table? Anything here? Any other witnesses to add?
Ways and means of each person being able to contribute and willing to contribute.
We have a lot of left-hand houses around. That's something that we work on as housing.
This table? Sir, back here? Yes.
One thing that causes problems with the lack of industry is the lack of a water supply. We need a new lake here. There's not enough water to, you know, that would pay with the prisons, you know, here, which has been good. But with that, it takes such a toll on the water supply, there's not enough to take up the industry that we could invite.
Yes, sir.
I came back here after being gone for 64 years. And not to see, I wanted to try to make an improvement on the area, but I tried to get a small business loan. And from all the good old boy network in Clay County, put their firm on my application where I couldn't get my log house construction thing going. Now, we've got to get rid of some of this influence that's holding this county down. I tell them we're no longer in charge, we are.
All right, anything else? Anyone from this table? Any other comments about weaknesses? Anybody that I've missed? The weaknesses are your opportunities, guys, so it's okay to talk about it. Anything else that comes to mind? All right, let's move on.